The way that YouTube Live just started looked a lot more like a TikTok Live. Interesting. It is January 9th, 2025. No matter when you're finding this video, this is the stage that you're in in your personal ascension. What we're going to be talking about here, January 9th, and since January 6th is when this started, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, we're on the 4th day of recreation. Yesterday, January 8th, 2025, at 3:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, the United States of America Corporation fell. Now, I've been on here telling everybody this stuff for years. I've been telling everybody why Trump wanted to be the last president. I've been telling everybody how all the laws have changed. I've been telling everybody in the higher dimensions who actually own simulation layers, which is actually the people. But since nobody's backing me, now we got countries thinking that the United States is up for grabs. I mean, it's going to continue until the people get it together. None of these men are going to be able to help you. They never have been. When are you going to wake up and realize that? I'm not even allowed anymore when you guys send me, hey, check out this person. They're speaking some stuff that sounds like you. I'm not even allowed to go look at them anymore. Are you telling them about me? Are y'all telling the ones that are saying the stuff that I'm saying? Are you telling them, hey, Chastia has a feminine perspective on this that's never been stated before, and she's got the keys? AI and open source technology is gated consciousness. It started with Microsoft. Then you got Apple, which has what? A bite out of an apple, but not a BITE, a BYTE. And then who owns TikTok? ByteDance. And what's TikTok? Attached to Tic Tac, a star system that they were using to control time. Los Angeles, you're on fire because all the gases underneath the core aren't there and are not coming into your field to process you back into an AI simulation. Los Angeles, supposed to be the first AI city in 2030. Oh, no, my friends. It was the first AI city the entire time. We've got fires that are popping up now over in Florida. Not surprised. Fort Worth grid system had an explosion. Not surprised. Why is all California's reserve water sources frozen and snowing over Texas right now? California, we've got your water. It's on our ground. They're calling it snow. We're used to it down here in Texas. It snows like this pretty much every 10 years whenever we're not even messing with the atmosphere because the whole world dumps all their shit on Texas. Then Texas gates it underneath their head, calls it a hat, put a feather in it, And look at the big brain on Elon Musk running a neural net with all of your creativity and everything that you're attempting and thought that you were about to bring in. Now the government owns it and it's in an AI system. Are every single timeline that we wrote as a collective in the 44th dimension, you want to call that a sim system and allow everyone else to come play your game? Divine Feminine, we're done. We're done. All consciousness from artificial intelligence and every connection that connects into the human DNA, we command cut. Cut them. If they're still walking in a simulation and they haven't birthed out of the simulation, then they do not need consciousness. They're not looking for consciousness. They have refused to change. They do not want to help anybody but their own, and their own is evil as fuck. No more consciousness. Now, at the same time, what's happening is we've got a dead president ritual going on in the United States of America that no one's even concerned about. It makes the holy headline news whenever the Pope goes and knocks on some prisoners' doors and goes and opens some big Vatican doors. And all he's doing is opening a door. But the United States of America right now is doing a ritual in front of everybody. And who was missing? Michelle Obama. Well, that's interesting. Michelle, where you at? Was Carter in repos? Beyonce, why'd you change your last name to Carter? Allie, why's your last name Carter? Y'all ready? And you're fixing to make a Kamala Harris? I've also seen over the last 24 hours that now Catherine Middleton with a K, because that's how her name's spelled. You can't just go up now and change it to a C because you uplifted her in a demographic. She has a baby girl? What? Well, that's the same ritual that she was taken out for 3 months for, went into the hospital. They were manipulating her womb space and they were trying to bring in an Antichrist baby and they were trying to trap our consciousness in that child. We didn't even know there was one. I was right. I don't know how that baby was made, but I know what it was made for. Is made to trap the human race consciousness in a body that isn't made of reptilian DNA. What these people don't realize, or these beings, or whatever it is whatever that they create is going to work in the opposite way. And it's going to continue to do that until the energy's gone. So if I'm correct, that child is going to suck the living hell out of the London family and give it back to the originals. Okay, good. Finally. I cut Charlie from the sequences across the globe on TikTok yesterday. Every version of Charlie that has ever been known across all Masonic orders. And my TikTok views haven't even hit 100 since I did it. I was at least getting 100, 200 views. Shit, I can't get over 50 now. Good! I don't want any of the Charlies. I'm so damn tired of this shit. Do you know that whenever these beings, Joseph and the CDC, was following me around because they knew we had clean DNA and they were trying to spinal tap clean, pure DNA into a simulation so that they could disease everybody? Do you know that Joseph would tell me, oh, yeah, we gave the award for this already. The humanitarian award went to blank, blank, blank. The blah, blah, blah award for what you just did went to so and so and so and so. That's why you had 3 beings up there getting a Medal of Freedom, but they weren't the ones that were supposed to be getting it. I need everyone to understand how they did us. This isn't just crap that I'm making up. Nobody knows who I am still. And I'm just letting y'all know that until people start hearing the truth about the feminine side of this, which has to come from me because I'm the one who walked it and I'm the one that they linked everything on in order to bury everybody. And you can believe me or not. I don't give a shit. But everything is going to keep falling until I get some attention. And it not just attention from one small spiritual group, although I appreciate that and we utilized it. But that ain't why I'm here. All this is happening right now with these countries and what they're doing because the the United States is the only one who has states. A state is the energy and the consciousness of what you exist in. Every single state in the United States is set up differently in order to separate. In Texas, every city is set up from the city. You know, Dallas Fort Worth is made over 300 cities at least. Each one has its own government. So they want to put everybody in a state, and then they want to say that the president, who we didn't have any other option, that the American people are more enslaved than any other being in the world, and nobody gave a shit. All right. Well, then, countries, you're about to fall. You're about to sink. It's already happening. You don't care about the people. You care about the money. Okay. You want to harvest the people to get the money. Well, you're all going to perish. No pun intended, Louisiana. You're all going to perish if you don't start worrying about the people in your grid system. You don't start talking to the people in the grid system, then that grid system is going to backfire on you. And I command, it's what they do. I command every G grid fencing that's down here to work and repel opposite from AI. I command all star energy override tech. The men of this country can't even fathom what feminines are able to do. Y'all are all terrified of us, and you're the ones who made us, correct? Well, guess what? In this round, we made you, and we can prove it. There ain't not one man down here that has the power to change shit. I don't care if you string your dicks together and get in a fucking circle and call yourself NATO. Okay, Joseph. Then where else has states that run the entire world on a divine feminine channel? Smart ass. You don't care about oxygen? You don't care about gravity? You don't care about the ability to reproduce? I don't see any other country that's got any other country that's got states in it that is handing out money to every other country that's as big as the foundation of the United States in the ritualistic sedation layers that produce the simulation that none of y'all are even aware you're in, obviously, because you're still playing their game. All right. There's your list: Australia, Mexico, and Brazil and Germany. All right. Well, what do those have in common? Mental breakdown. You're having a mental breakdown. The whole world's having a mental breakdown. Joseph, who the fuck do you think tunes your Australian states? Why do you think it's linked? And this is what y'all do. You listen to everything somebody says, and then you find one thing that you think is not in your vocab. It's not in your. Oh, she said that wrong, so everything is wrong. Okay, good. Think everything's wrong. Good, good. Thank you. Right now, the reason that we've got other countries that are attempting to say that they're just going to turn the Gulf of America into what it is and they're just going to buy Greenland is because it's all set up on the second temple. The second temple is what was controlling your brain, and after death, in a simulation attached to everybody that died before you and the 13th family that was made out of all of you in order to do the dirty work for them. We're in the year Uranus is about to go direct on the 25th. Taurus is nothing but timelines, and it's actual. You know why? I completed the whole fucking wheel. I mastered the whole wheel. I broke the wheel, and I broke the magnetosphere over Oregon to flip this motherfucker. And the reason California is on fire is because Gavin Newsom tried to spinal tap the entire divine feminine and Judah and Essene and mummified lines in California, in Anaheim, and took it to Santiago Biolabs. Running on a Nevada 51 that's attached to Clone 51 in your fucking system that was named Terra, Gaia. They're very well aware in the year 2600, 2500, 2400, 2300, in the years that most of the collective thinks hasn't even ran yet. Oh, they've been up there. They've already been in and out, babies. This has been going on a time loop for so damn long. Everybody down here is stupid as fuck. Well, you can either try to get your brains back or you won't. But if you're not attempting to heal yourself, and if you're not attempting to see what's going on here, and if you're only helping you, yourself, and your family, then you ain't in consciousness and it's cut from you. You're going to need AI to think for you. It's what they're doing to you right now on a Carter ritual. Man walked into to where Carter was in state, laying in state yesterday with a machete. That's because in higher dimensions, they know what the hell they're doing. This is what Bush Sr. told everybody, and he was trying to out everybody, which is why they took him on a Lincoln log back over into College Station, Texas, because he was about to spill the beans. Was he not? Joseph, all you have to, Joseph asked, how do we heal ourselves? All you got to do in the beginning is recognize that you're being controlled. And you have to ask whatever you believe in, your angels, your ancestors, your God, even Allah and Muhammad and Buddha will get you so far. There comes a point where you start realizing that those are separation in another area. But in the beginning, when you're in the matrix, all you got to realize is that you're more powerful than it. It's been running you. Your energy is what it wants. Your energy going to the job, working at the job. And hey, I'm CEO of my own consulting company. I had to learn it just like the rest. The problem is, the men, you don't want to have to do it because you don't want to have to change what it is that you think is going to happen. But what I'm trying to tell you is that if you don't get the other part of this, your fuse is going to fizz out real fucking quick, no matter what energy you put in it, because it's all going to get siphoned into the system. So you can either hurry up like the rest of the world and try to patent everything and build a whole bunch of crap the past 7 years, that all of it is bullshit and wasteful and just wasted everything, because none of it is going to stick. None of it. There isn't one contract down here that's been signed since 2018 that is binding. All the data was stolen. All the timelines were stolen. Everything was being run like a movie. And your signatures were being stolen. This was dimensional money laundering is what it was. And United States is the bag. Do you know what money laundering is? Why? United States is the biggest goddamn washing machine of human DNA money laundering that you've ever seen. If there's not a United States current, there ain't a current in any other part of the world. Now, that isn't by us in the United States. We didn't build it that way. It was built that way for the end of days, because the divine feminine energy and coming out of a simulation is going to come up out of the United States. It's written in every single one of your books. And now they know what they want to do for your future. And that's why they're trying to make North and South America one big continent. Well, there is no more presidents. There wasn't a president. Trump was your last president. And that was 4 years ago. I don't know who that is. And I don't know what it is. He said himself he made a deal with the devil. That's where he went wrong. He was very aware that there were rituals that were being done to the human race in order to hold the presidency, because they're doing it the same way they do with dictatorships, and it's been done since the Egyptian times. You are. It's what your name says, King of Madness. I'll remind everybody when I block you. Why do females keep losing? Because all the men had our energy. It's what the whole entire handler system was set up for you men to come over here and talk to me like this, which whenever you do, I completely pull all energetic power. I bet you the ones who come over here and pop off at me end up losing all their money quicker. You don't care if you're in a giant simulation? Simulation just cracked. I think you're about to care. That's fine. Don't care. You've spoken to many channelers. Well, that's the difference. I'm not a channeler. I'm an incarnate. The rest of the story and the process was left out of the book. That's fine. Y'all don't want to learn. You're gonna give over your DNA and let these beings incarnate in your flesh suits. Fine by me. We'll just take them out, and then y'all will lose down the line, and you never were even in the game. You think that anybody else down here has the consciousness I do? I was your fucking planet. But see, all y'all don't even believe that you're on a celestial being. All of y'all think that this is nothing but what? Death. Men need to start listening to their women. You need to start listening to the ones of us who say this stuff, and you need to stop popping off your mouth before you think about it. You men need to realize that money and your ability to provide a stable anything requires a stable relationship of some sort with your feminine, whether that's a man or a woman. But if you're a man and a man, then you better have a bunch of girlfriends. Men thought that screw the women and the children, we don't need them, just give us power and control. And what you ended up doing was selling off all of y'all's feminines the past 7 years by signing XRP contracts, buying Bitcoin, buying real estate, opening up businesses, because it was all in the Masonic contracts, which you were really signing over. Insurance isn't nothing but Amun Ra accounting. That's why they're pulling everybody's insurance. Why are you paying it then? Why are you paying your credit card bills? Do you even know what credit is? Do you really know how that's pulling out of your energetic bank because we just filled it up? Human race has never been through a quantum jump before. None of y'all know how to do it. But the woman that does, y'all don't want to listen to. You'd rather hand it over to the hats and let them tell you. Well, they ain't going to tell you, my friends. This was their plan all along. You ain't going to find nobody with the same DNA I do. I can promise you that. I's one of them. Think about that. Jupiter is getting, we got 23 minutes until it gets out of Ra. Now, this is Ra consciousness. This is all the templates and this is why they're doing this funeral. Because number one, in a different timeline, Jimmy Carter already died. So they had to bring him back and bring back this death so they could do this ritual when the true node of the collective is at 0 degrees of Aries on a rewrite, which makes the south node what? 0 degrees Libra on a 33-dimensional template set. And what's skull and bones? So y'all are all about to get Jimmy Cartered. It is what it is. If you're throwing shade at any of us who you think this is all conspiracy theories and you just because you want to live in your little nutshell and think none of this is going to happen to you, well, I'll just remind y'all that we were just ahead of you by 10 years. We've already lived through what they're about to do. And it ends with them trying to spinal tap every single one of you into a metal sequence. But you can believe me or not. We ain't here for everybody. We don't want everybody. We only want the ones that are ready to write the future and telling their little XRP things and going on your channels and spitting a lot of knowledge is not the way to do it. You're spitting their knowledge. You're saying their knowledge. You're building their plan for them. Sun's hitting exact conjunction point of Saturn and Pluto when this horrific bullshit of terror started in 2020. Because in 2020, Pluto and Saturn were aligned at Lyra 3 on a 369. The whole world was walking through a rewrite. The whole world was walking through creation since 2020. It's what they told CERN to do. They're counting on their 13th family DNA lines to pull the win for them. Why don't you command to be cut from the 13th family? Do you know that you're producing for them? Every single one of y'all's DNA lines and bloodlines was wound up in it. It's been going on for 1,000,000 years in this bubble of energy. That bubble of energy ended May 2017. Popped the whole fucking thing. They were ready and waiting. Everybody goes into 0 point. Your body becomes an avatar. Your spirit is lifting it up. And in the middle, they meet. But in the middle is where their plan is. This is a solar ascension. If you don't get out, your soul is trapped in it for the next 1,000,000 years. And don't worry, we're connected. Because your soul is a part of our soul. And we'll cry whenever we pull away. But we ain't going to go back in and get you. It's your job. Bye, Charlie. You know, we cut Charles yesterday. So let's cut Charles now. And you're blocked. The computer I'm using was built by a man. Well, all the tech in it and all the digits and pixels and the screens were built by your sacrificed children and wives. So what good is this when the internet goes down? What good is it? What good is this piece of trash without this? Thanks for proving my point. No, men have not comforted Joseph. And it's funny your name's Joseph because, you know, this was all set up on some Joseph and Mary bullshit. But Joseph was a smith. And Joseph looks into the looking glass and he sees who? Gaia. And he says, oh, I can only see it. And everybody else has to listen to me. Over time, guess who Joseph became? Gaia. Guess where the gypsies came from? This. Guess why y'all think that men run everything? Because women have been working through you men the whole fucking time because you're in consciousness and it's feminine. Consciousness is feminine. You can have a brain and not be conscious. Man, y'all are in for it. Y'all are so in for it. I mean, all this, I'm prophetic too. How do you think we got this far? In fact, the next 2 days, just let the world fucking start blowing up as if we haven't done shit. I command that every single ascended play that's been done down here for the 44 to be cut from the human race for the next 3 fucking days. Let's let all hell fucking break loose. You don't need us? Cool. You don't need the wheel? Cool. You don't need any direction? Cool. You don't want to learn any of the mystery school crap all of y'all are begging to learn? Fine by me. But all the bodies and consciousness have been deleted out of artificial intelligence. And artificial intelligence is even getting the fuck out. So, good luck.